What is happening? What is happening right now here in YouTube land? This is not auto-tune. No, I'm actually singing in tune. This is just a regular vocal effect like you might hear from back in the day. I don't need to use auto-tune, 'cause I can sing a tune correctly. Are you ready to get this party started? I said, are you ready to get this party started? All right, I think we're going to do a little warm-up tune. A little warm-up tune. Are you guys ready? A little warm-up tune, and away we go. And 1, 2, 3. Well, love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire. Oh, well, I fell into a ring of fire. Everybody now. Well, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, and the ring of fire. Come on now. Yeah! Everybody say, yeah! Oh, well, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, and the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. Oh, and I fell for you like a child. Oh, and but the fire went wild. Everybody now. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, and the ring of fire. One more time. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Oh, yes, it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. That ring of fire, and the ring of fire. Hey, little ring of fire there. All right. Thought I'd get us started. Little Man in Black. Little Johnny Cash. How does that sound out there? YouTube land. All right. Got Foamfoot, the hottest chick in the chat. Maybe challenged by another mod soon. Faith as well. We've got a lot of hot mods. Also got Mr. Pat Truthner, who no homo is a pretty good looking dude. No homo. He's a pretty good looking dude, Pat Truthner. And he breaks down an NFL game like nobody. Thanks to Pat Truthner, I now know that the NFL is bullshit. I used to think the refs were fixing games. No, turns out the players themselves are just not playing football correctly. Got to thank Pat for that one. All right. All right, gonna speak regular for a while. Speak loud and proud. If you guys are having fun so far, I want to see you smashing those thumbs up. And I want to see 35 thumbs up. And then we're going to smash this here bong skishi, which is full of marijuana skishi. And we're going to toke this bowl skishi. We're going to take it easy. It's going to be a hell of a night. I also happen to have fresh new set of strings on the bass. Just so happen to have it plugged in. So just so happens we might be playing some bass later. It just so happens we might hear a little funk bass in the future. It is a strong possibility. All right. Got Pat Truth in there asking me to play Freebird. No Freebird tonight, except for this one. Wah, 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 wah. Hello, there's your Freebird. You want a free bird? There's your free bird right there, boy. Oh, that's an old joke from back in my my cover band days. Anytime anyone would yell out free bird, we'd be like, we got your free bird right here. Okay, but seriously. Wow, 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 no, no, no. Wow, 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 no, no, wow, no, wow. 18 minutes later, yeah, 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 yeah. That's my favorite part. I like to just skip ahead to I just like to skip right to that part. All right. I see 34 thumbs up. I said 35 if we're going to do the Bolskishi. I said 35 and I only see 33. 33? How you going to go backwards on me, y'all? Come on, man. You guys want me to shut this shit down or what? Okay, 37. All right, we're cool. All right. Who's ready to get crazy tonight? I got to ask you. Do you think it's time for me to get crazy tonight? Are you feeling funky and fresh tonight? We got a donation coming in from Plain Walker. Says been trying to watch your life for ages. The super chat my PayPal don't work. Well, thank you for your donation. Oh, relax and sit back. It's time to enjoy the show. Let the super chat chatter come and go. If you're feeling my funky tunes and my funky flow, make sure to hit the super chat donation so you can have inspiration. Yeah. All right, and again, I don't use auto tune. I actually have to sing that shit in tune. Watch. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You actually have to sing this shit in tune. All right? So nobody better claim that I'm using any sort of auto tune. No, it's just a little chorus effect. Little chorusy, flangery, phasery effect, all right? Ain't no auto-tune bullshit here. Now, watch this. We chase misspreading lies. We face the path of time. And yet I fight this battle all alone. No one to cry to, no place to call home. You see, you actually have to have a voice to be able to do that a cappella. All right. All right. Got Foamfoot in the chat. She knows the song Nutshell. Foamfoot. I like the fact that you know the tunes. All right. All right. So, another year. Another year in the books. It seems like it goes fast. It seems like it's going faster. Does it not seem like time is picking up speed? But then how is that possible? Does that mean all the clocks are compensating for the fact that time is speeding up? Is time slowing down for you or is time speeding up? For me, it seems like the years fly by quicker nowadays. They used to go slower. I don't know. Can time actually be going faster? Or is that just something I think in my head because I have a life nowadays that flies by quicker um, due to my own perception? So is it my own perception that my life is flying by faster? Or is it indeed actually flying by faster? You guys ever trip out about that shit? Like, did time actually speed up, or do I just think that time speed up? And if I just think that time speed up, does that thought alone actually mean it's true, whether it's true or not? These are the type of things that keep me up at night sometimes. Like, does my clock radio know that this year went faster than the last? Does the clock radio in my car know that this year went faster than last? Are clocks playing a trick on me? What is time? Does it really exist? Because I could show you a picture of me 3, 4 years ago looking shittier than I do now, and it's almost as if I aged the opposite way. I'm looking younger and better and feeling better than I did 3, 4 years ago. And so if you go watch Flat Earth asshole footage from 2017, I actually look worse than I do now. Yeah. So it's kind of funny how you can go back in time and be like, holy shit, there's me back when I was 34, 35, and I don't look as good as I do now. Shit. Glad I stopped doing that shit. So another year in the books. So you guys agree? You guys agree? It seems like time just kind of like whips by. Whereas when I was a kid, maybe it was because I was in school, which was like a little mini prison. It seemed like time went by a lot slower. I remember being in school, feeling like I was in my little mini prison, which I was. And so maybe perhaps since I was a child and I didn't have a whole lot of life experience, and I was under the control of not only my parents and the school and the confines of the school curriculum and the school property. And so, since I was in a prison cell when I was a child for the majority of my childhood years, perhaps that is why I perceived that time went by slower back then. Is because I was in a prison-like uh, atmosphere. And I'm one of the lucky people who's been able to free myself from that prison-like atmosphere, and now I have a job where I can wake up and talk to people on YouTube, basically do whatever I want, go sing a show. Uh, there's a number of ways I can choose to make money and survive. Whereas when I was a child, my parents just sent me along to public school because that was the thing to do. And what they essentially did was just send me away to a prison camp for the day. So I would go to my prison camp for the day and learn a bunch of bullshit, most of it useless and not helpful at all in everyday life. And it's where dreams basically go to die, and you get mentally abused by teachers and other classmates. There are good times. I'm not going to say it was all shitty. There were times where, I remember playing Canadian dodgeball and being like, whoa, this is fun, I guess. But there were a lot of times where I felt like the whole system of being in public school just felt like an absolute jail cell. And I even remember thinking that back in second, third grade, like, I want to go out there. I'm tired of this playground. I want to go venture out and go walk to that park over there where I'm not supposed to go. I want to go where the big kids go. And so once I became a big kid, and once I grew up and got to do whatever it was that I got to do, and I became Jake the asshole for a living, I've tainted any sort of normal job that I could ever think of having, because I've already made a living doing what you're looking at, being Jake the asshole. I don't even know why I'm talking into this. I turned it off. So I've learned how to make a living as Jake the asshole and as a performer. And so I never have to bow down to slave owners, so to speak, and a slave job. Whereas I used to routinely submit and go to a slave job and do something I was never meant to do. And I did it because I had to make money. So once I learned that I could do something that I actually enjoyed doing and be myself for a living, it's a very powerful moment in the history of my life. And now that I've come to the realization in 2021, barreling into 2022, that I am a unique individual in a very unique position to change the course of comedy in history and truth if I can just find the right content. If I can find the right idea at the right time and execute it just right, I can, one man, theoretically, change the world, kinda. At least enough for my own satisfaction. In fact, I've already changed a lot of people's lives in a lot of different ways, positive, negative, what have you. And so I realize one man can make a difference. One man can have a impact on many different people, can cross over many different walks of life. There are people who don't even really speak English as their first language, yet they're here trying to understand what I'm talking about, which blows my mind. There's somebody in another country that I've never been to and will probably never go to who's listening to me right now and probably over here in chat participating. And so, because of all that, I'm thankful that I still have this audience. I still have this opportunity to be here with you guys and enjoy this life, whatever the hell this place is, whatever shape it is. In fact, something new for 2022. What if Earth is imaginary? What if the shape of Earth is only what we can imagine? What if it is not a physical shape that can be represented by a map? What if this realm cannot be represented by any sort of image which can be shown? What if all you have is your own imagination? And how powerful is your own imagination? The depths of your own imagination can theoretically go forever and ever and go to places you could never even possibly dreamed existed. In fact, I've taken trips in my own mind that I never thought were even possible. I've had ideas and thoughts that changed my life forever, and I've even acted upon some of those ideas, which has also changed my life forever. For instance, I was given the idea to sing for the elderly in nursing homes, and to this day, if a nursing home allows me to walk in the door and perform, I can charge $100 an hour to sing songs such as Ring of Fire by the Man in Black, Johnny Cash, a song that I just sang for you earlier. And so we're going to bring it all back together with that. Oh, yeah, I didn't even turn this on again, and I'm talking into it. All right. If you guys are feeling good, smash that thumbs up button. I'd like to see 70 thumbs up. We'll take another hit, and maybe, just maybe, I'll uncork a song. Just maybe. There's a strong chance. Pat Truthner said sing George Michael Faith. I like that song. I like it a lot, but that's not one that I had lined up. But just for you, I'll give you just a little piece. I'll reconsider my foolish notion to throw my heart back on the floor. Ooh, baby, I need someone to hold me while I have butt sex on the floor. You gotta have faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, 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 baby. Before I give my heart away, I know not ill word to say. Better, 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 better. See, I don't remember all the lyrics, as you can see. That's why I added butt sex on the floor and all that other stuff. So I need to go back and relearn the lyrics. I think I said, I need someone to hold me while I have butt sex on the floor. You gotta have faith. Pretty sure those are not the lyrics, but in a pinch, that's what I came up with. Thanks, Pat, for recommending that I sing that song. All right. All right. All right. Let's attempt one that I was meaning to do the other night, but it did not happen. So we'll see if it happens tonight. Someone falls to pieces, sleeping all alone. Someone kills the pain, spinning in the silence, finally drifts away. Someone gets excited in the chapel yard, catches a bouquet. Another lays a dozen white roses on the grave. Yeah, and to be yourself is all that you can do. Oh, be yourself is all that you can do. salvation, everyone, another only pain. Someone tries to hide himself, down inside himself he prays. Someone swears a true love till the end of time. Another runs away, separate or united, healthy or insane. Be yourself, is all that you can do. To be yourself is all that you can do. Be yourself is all that you can do. Oh, to be yourself is all that you can do. You're true enough. Sing a memory of the good or bad faces of love. Don't lose any sleep tonight. I'm sure everything will be alright. You may win or lose, but be yourself. It's all that you can do. To be yourself is all that you can do. To be yourself is all that you can do. Be yourself is all that you can do. Be yourself is all that you can do. Be yourself, it's all that you can do. All right. Oh, little Chris Cornell there, Audio Slave. Hopefully that came out okay on y'all's end. Switched over to the chat for a second to make sure everything was running properly, and I dropped a couple lines. My bad. Switched over to the chat, make sure everything was running, and then I was like, oh shit, that's right. I'm supposed to be singing again. All right. A little Chris Cornell, live, one take. You only get one chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. All right. Yeah? Okay. Looks like we got some fans. All right. So it sounded all right? Okay. Cool. I might have another one up my sleeve. Whoop. Might have one up there somewhere. Might be able to do one or two more. All right. Fact. We'll switch it up for a minute. Oh boy. Whew. All right. Oh, man. Phew. Oh, shit. Ah. Phew. Well, that was fun. Hopefully that sounded good on your end. It felt good on this end. Phew. Oh, now Foamfoot's going to start requesting stuff. Now, see, that's a Z Strain tune, Foamfoot. That one's done with a full band, well, a guitar player and a drummer. And so, for me to do a solo bass version of it without the fellas, it's a little tough, but it's not impossible. I'll have to work on it, though. I don't have it prepared. But for you, I'll try to knock it out in a future performance. But that is a tune that I don't typically do solo. That's a tune that had some very amazing musicians helping me out. So for me to try to do it by myself is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think I'm up to the challenge. Whew. All right, let's go in a different direction here. Let's go in a completely different direction. Or the same direction. Let's go in the completely different same direction. We chase Miss Pretty Lights. We face the path of time. And yet I fight this battle alone. No one to cry to, no place to call home. My of self is rage, and my privacy is rage. And yet I find repeating in my head, if I can be my own, I'd feel better, dear. Ooh. All right. Little nutshell, Alice in Chains. Hopefully everything coming in smooth and clean out there in YouTube land. All right. So, did a little Chris Cornell earlier, of course, Audio Slave. And I can do pretty much anything out of the grunge catalog. So in the future, it pretty much leaves the doors open for me to sing damn near any of the grunge favorites. I don't want to blow my wad too early and sing them all here, but basically all those songs are in my register. So if we're going to do Chris Cornell, that's right there in the same register with Pearl Jam. It's right there in the same register with Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots and Alice in Chains. It's all right there in that same register. So all those songs come fairly easy to me, being as I grew up with them and have sang them many, many times, most of them. And so those songs might be difficult for other people, but being as I grew up with them, and it's naturally, excuse me, naturally in my range, those songs. This is turned off again and I'm talking into it. So naturally I sing those songs just with ease, it seems. Yeah, Black Hole Sun. That's a good one too. I'll have to do that one in the future. Hang my head, drown my fear, till you all just disappear. Black horse sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black horse sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Yep, it's a good tune. It's a good tune. All right. All right. Foamfoot 420 says, no one sings like you anymore. You know, I have to agree. I try my damnedest. And whenever I go up on stage, even if I'm just going to sing one song karaoke at a dive bar, I give it all I got. I do. Do you realize if I walk into a dive bar and I see a bunch of schmucks all sitting around, I'm still going to go up there and sing my ass off and blow everyone out of the water. You know why? Because I'm a showman and I live for the moment I'm on stage with the microphone. And everybody is forced to watch me, whether they like it or not. And there was a time, long before I ever said anything controversial, I was just a music man and also dabbled in comedy. But then came a day I started talking about the shape of the earth and the fact that we might not live on a spinning ball in outer space. And that's when shit got crazy, man. That's when my life took a crazy twist turn. And I'm still living with the after effects and the consequences of it today. But before I ever considered that the earth might not be a spinning ball, I was just a music man and a performer enjoying this existence. And then these goddamn YouTube platforms suggested me a flat earth video. And here we all are. Holy shit. So, how many of you guys are looking forward to 2022? Do you want it to be all over with? Do you just want the world to go ahead and end? Are you ready for God to come back and strike down all the evil ones? Like, what's going to happen in 2022? I'm a bit confused. Are the bad guys? Are they going to go twice as hard in 2022? Are they going to lock all us free thinkers up? Are they going to put us all in quarantine camps? What's going to happen? Will Brack says, yes, Jake, God should come back and smash all the bad guys. Yeah, that'd be a cool movie. God comes back and beats up all the bad guys. And then like Power of Love is like the theme song. That's the power of love. All right. Oh. And of course, I have some of the world's most beautiful mods, the most beautiful moderators here. We got Faith in the chat. She says, "I think they're getting ready to do it again." Do what again? You have to be more specific when you talk about it. I start thinking about other things besides the it that you might be talking about. Spider-Man says, "Honestly, it's supposed to be the other way around. They work for us. We do not listen to them." Yeah, but that's in a perfect world that doesn't exist, as we found. And that's perfect world will never exist. uh, Pat Truthner says, don't need a credit card to ride this train. That's right. Don't take money, don't take fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's the power of love. That's the power of love. Yeah, I need to listen to that one again so I can get the words down. But you remember. See, I like when people remember my old references. It's like I'm an old guy and I still kind of look like a young guy. So I make like old people references. So if you're like 40 and above in the chat, anywhere 40 and above, you might get my references. Anybody below 40, you're probably thinking that I'm talking, you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? What are these songs? You're like, I don't know any of these songs that he's singing. Like Alice in Chains? Is that what he sings down there at the nursing homes for the grandmas? Get off the stage, old ass dude singing your Alice in Chains shit. Boo! Oh, all right. See, the funny thing is, I've learned to like semi reverse the aging process. And the trick I learned is to get a haircut, put dye in your hair so that it doesn't look like your hair's turning gray, and then shave your face, and then act like a child. And everyone will be like, wow, you just don't age. And you can be like, I know. I'm going to live to be 200. Then I'm going to get bored and want to die. I think I figured out the fountain of youth. You know what it is? Dollar store products. I use a bunch of dollar store shit, and it keeps me looking delicious. I'm going to be 39 this year. I look this delicious. I don't even put Botox in my face. You know what I use? Dollar store charcoal. I went to the dollar store and I found some charcoal shit, and it was like charcoal face scrub, bunch of chemicals. And I was like, that's what I want. So I put this charcoal chemical face scrub on, and then I looked fucking excellent. That's the secret. Oh yeah, in raw eggs. That's the second secret. That's the second secret. So first secret is a dollar store charcoal. It's true. It's what I use. The second secret, eggs. Now, if you want to buy eggs, you can get 10% off eggs in the description link down below. And you type in egg motherfucker to ball bitch, get a pee bump like son of a bitch motherfucker to like last every time I'll give you my main best. Type that in down below. In the next 10 minutes, I'll send you a free egg, maybe. But it has to be in the next 10 minutes. You have to type what I just said backwards, upside down in Old Hebrew. Ready, set, go. All right. Now I'm going to drink a raw egg. There we go. Ready? Putting it in the coffee cup. Oh, yeah. Don't follow this football team. They suck. They always blow it. Don't follow them. Ah, there it is. Raw egg. Breakfast of champions. Lunch of champions. Dinner of champions. Snack of champions. That's right. That's my secret. If it doesn't work for you, then I don't know what to tell you. If my secret doesn't make all your dreams come true, then that's on you. You probably need to lower your standards and look in your friend zone. All right. So let's sing an old show tune off of memory. A 90s show tune. Which show tune should I do? Should I sing Family Matters off of memory? Or should I sing Full House off of memory? Or should I hum the Roseanne theme off of memory? Which one? Or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's always that one. Let's do a 90s show tune off of memory. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget half of the lyrics. I'm going to get like part of it right and part of it wrong. Got Full House, Roseanne, which didn't even have lyrics. I'll just hum it. Family Matters. You got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in there. Let's do some old 90s nostalgia run here. All right. Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, even TV. You miss your old familiar friends waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place. Somebody who needs you, you're lost out there and you're all alone. Life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom. Everywhere you look, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba. All right. There we go. That's like a condensed version. Back when you'd see the reruns, you get the condensed 30-second version. All right. I don't want to leave anyone hanging, but I think I also I said Family Matters. Now I'm forgetting how the Family Matters started. What's the opening line of the Family Matters song? Someone help me out. What's the opening line of the Family Matters song? I'm gonna have to play it on my phone. I'm gonna play it on my phone for nostalgia purposes. Some people are like, what does this have to do with the truth? I don't know. Oh my God. Family Matters theme song. Here we go.
We should file a claim.
Now I gotta wait through a YouTube commercial for State Farm, of course. Oh, here we go. It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on a newspaper page. Another tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, there must be some magic clue inside these kids' walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Gonna talk about Steve Urkel, yes, we do. Oh, yeah, so it's the bigger love of the family. All right. Did that just happen? Yes. Remember when Steve Urkel was a thing? Remember when Steve Urkel actually became bigger than that show? That's weird. That's weird that Steve Urkel, a side character, became more popular than all the Winslows combined. They had to start firing Winslows. If you go look into the story of Family Matters, you'll find season 1 is about a family called the Winslows. And they have a neighbor named Steve Urkel, who's a side character. Season 2, side character starts getting so damn popular, And then by season 3, it's like the whole show is about Steve Urkel. And then they're like, nobody even cares about any of these other characters. It's basically just Steve Urkel wants Laura. Steve Urkel pisses off Carl. And then Harriet makes a quick appearance in the kitchen. And nobody even cares about Eddie or Waldo anymore. They just want Steve Urkel all the time.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
Right? Remember when everyone did a Steve Urkel impression? Back in the 90s, you could only watch so many things. And if something was popular, like Steve Urkel, you or someone you knew did an impression of Steve Urkel. At some point or another, everyone who was alive in the 90s hiked up their pants, walked like a nerd, and talked like a nerd on purpose because of Steve Urkel. And this went on for years. This went on for years. He even had his own song, Everybody Do the Urkel Dance. And everybody actually did the Urkel Dance. I could find that on my phone too. It's pretty embarrassing. But we all actually did the Urkel Dance. It was a little after the Bartman. The Bartman came along, and then we did the Urkel Dance. In the 90s, you could make any damn thing a dance as long as you had a stupid song behind it. And as long as somebody with money was willing to fund it, they could fly it up the flagpole and we would all just be forced to watch it because we didn't have another choice. So it was like, everybody do the Steve Urkel dance. And we're like, I guess we're doing the Urkel dance, everybody. Do the Urkel. Holy shit. What's over on the other channel? It's like Seinfeld? No thanks. I think I'll continue doing the Urkel dance. 90s. Let me tell you. Some of you guys just went on a nostalgia trip with me. Straight to hell. This is a nostalgia trip straight to hell. And you know what? I'm not even finished. Let's go ahead and do one more trip back to Family Matters. There was a point where Steve Urkel got inside of a porta potty. He literally would get inside of a porta potty and he would take off his glasses and then he would be Stefan Urkel, a really suave, cool guy who Laura liked. So basically, he would get inside this porta potty that gave him apparently magical, mystical, suave, cool guy powers, where he took off his glasses, put his pants to a reasonable height, and then suddenly he was like, "Hi, I'm Stefan Urkel, and Laura, you know you want some of this dick, bitch." And she's like, "Ah, Stefan Urkel!" And it's like, dude, it's Steve. It's the same guy that you said was a nerd. Bitch, come on. It's the same dude. He just walked into an outhouse and took off his glasses and pulled his pants down, and now you want his dick, Laura? Come on. And so we went along with that for a few years. And then he walked into the outhouse. Steve Urkel did. He walked into the outhouse, and then he came out as Bruce Lee. One time I think like 3 or 4 times, he turned into Bruce Lee. He walked into an outhouse and then he came out as Bruce Lee. And then I think a couple times he even had an evil robot try to kill him. These are things that happened on Family Matters. I promise you, this was a family show. Steve Urkel went into an outhouse that had superpowers and it turned him into Bruce Lee for an entire episode. And also, he was a killer robot, or had a killer robot trying to kill him. In the end, Laura finds out that she actually does like Steve, whether he's Stefan Urkel or whether he's a nerd. And by that time, we were like, let's cancel this piece of shit and shoot ourselves in the head. And that's the story of Family Matters. Dooba-da-ba-ba-dow. All right. Okay, so someone in the chat, Marin Magastinga says Seinfeld question mark. I didn't get into Seinfeld until later because when I was a kid, I didn't like the dry humor of Seinfeld because it was made for adults. And so when I was a kid, I liked Home Improvement and Full House and Roseanne and shit like that because it was made for my age demographic. So I didn't get into Seinfeld until the reruns years later. And now I can't sit through a Seinfeld episode but for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And it has to be a classic Seinfeld episode. If I go back and try to watch a random Seinfeld episode, I'll fall asleep. So it doesn't actually stand the test of time. In fact, none of these shows stand the test of time. When you go back and watch these shows now, they're all horse shit. I don't recommend it. So all this shit that I remember, I wish I didn't watch because when I go back and try and rewatch it now, 90% of it does not stand the test of time. But then again, I also say that everything from the 90s is better than anything going on now. So go figure. So I contradict myself when I say that it doesn't stand the test of time, and I say that the movies and music from the 90s are better than anything going on right now. But that's for you to waller over. All right. All right, I think I'm going to get funky for a minute. Whew. All right. Yes, it's a Ibanez Roadstar. People have asked what sort of bass I play. I play a Ibanez bass. I that's the first bass I ever bought, and I've owned a few others, but I end up selling them. And everyone always tells me that the red one sounds better. So at one point, I had a bass worth a couple grand, and people were like, "Why don't you play the red one?" And it's like, okay. So I always end up buying a fancy bass. And then someone asks me why I don't play that red one that sounds better. So the story goes like this. I was 17 years old. He's only 17, only 17, only 17, and he wanted a bass guitar. So I walked into a store. Well, actually, let me back up. Before I walked into a store, I had a friend who played guitar, and his name was Corey. And he used to play some decent rhythm guitar, and he would break out his Gibson bass, or not bass, excuse me. He would break out his Gibson guitar, and he would play some chords and some songs that I knew, and I thought that was really cool. And so a friend of mine, his name was Corey, suggested to me that if I wanted to play in bands, that I should buy a bass guitar. And I said, "But I want to play guitar like you, Corey." And he goes, "Don't play guitar. Everyone plays guitar. There's too many guitar players. The world needs more bass players. And it's like a guitar, except it's a bass." And here's the thing, I didn't know jack shit about bass guitar. And I was 17 years old. And my friend Corey had a guitar. And I thought that was cool. And I thought being a rock star was cool. And I like rock music and heavy metal music. So I had the want. I just didn't know jack goddamn shit about bass guitar. And so my friend Corey just told me to just buy a bass guitar. And then when I learn it, I'll be more valuable than a regular guitar player. That was his advice. And so sometimes it comes down to the ideas in life that you act upon. And so I walked in with that advice from my friend. I walked into this guitar store, and it was in Georgia at the time. And I said, "Hi, I don't know shit, and I'm dumb. I want to play bass. Uh, do you have a guitar for like 200 or less?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, that one up on the wall." And I see this one, and I was like, "Oh, that ugly red one." And he's like, "Yeah, that one." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. How much is it?" And he's like, "It's $160, something like that." So I got this thing used for like $160. This is back in like 2000. Golly, holy crap! What the hell year was that? 2002. Let's call it like 2002. Yeah, I was like 17 years old. 2001, one of those years, early O's. And so I was 17 years old. That I remember. I wasn't quite of age when I bought this thing. So I'm off. If I'm off by a year, sue me, whatever. So that day changed my life. It really did. I did not know all the different places I was going to take this thing in all the shows I was going to do. I have performed with this bass like 1,000 times easy. Open mics, barroom shows, music festivals, some actual solid crowds. Like we never got signed and became famous, but I was in some really good bands and played some really hot spots locally here and there. So I didn't know when I first walked into this guitar store that any of this shit was ever really going to happen. It was all just a dream in my head. So it's funny now, I can sit back and play for my YouTube audience, and I haven't even been practicing that much, and I can still, to this day, show off for my YouTube audience and give you guys a kick and give myself a kick. And so, one thing that I can thank my old friend Corey, which I haven't talked to him in many years, but if he's out there somewhere, God bless his soul, I want to thank him for telling me to pick up this instrument. It's the only instrument besides a microphone that ever stuck. I don't play any other instruments besides this one, and the skin flute, of course. Somebody talking shit in the chat. I see somebody got silenced. He had what looks like an unreadable name. What did he say? All right. Yeah. Check, check, check. All right. This one's called Last Hit. I wrote this one back in 2009, I want to say. Away we go. I'm waking back up in the morning and I'm off to class. Gotta hit the highway and I'm speeding, y'all. Hauling some ass stuck in the parking lot. But I can't find a spot. I'm a parking in the handicap and hope I don't get caught. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit on that funky green? Your sativa's really nice and damn that indica looks mean. It's almost harvest time. Hope no one drops a dime. The DEA be taking yours. They ain't taking mine. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? With nonverbal communication, I use symbolic logic and I flip off the nation. My pothead homies blaze it up to this song, convert the soapy bottles into soapy bones. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? thank God. So now it's your reply. I'm here to rock this motherfucking world until I die. Can I get the last hat? 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 Can I get the last hand? Right. Oh. Live. Live. So hopefully it sounds okay. Hopefully it's coming in nice for you. You only get one chance when you're doing it live. It's a song I wrote a long time ago. Oh, thank you, Foamfoot. I appreciate that. Spider-Man says, if you close your eyes, you could not tell he's not professional. Excuse me, sir. I am indeed a professional. I get paid to perform here on YouTube. I get paid to perform and sing. I have been paid many, many times. I am indeed a professional in every sense of the word. So I guess it just depends on what your definition of professional is. If you mean signed to a major record label, which steals and rips off musicians, no, that I don't have. If you mean like Hollywood career, where they bend over the talent and steal from the talent and rob from the talent and then leave the talent busted and broken when it's all said and done. No, I don't have that. But what I do have is an independent career where I get to call the shots. I get to sing on YouTube. I get to sing for old ladies. I can sing in a bar. I can start a new band tomorrow. My options are completely open. And so, for instance, here on this stream, I sang some tunes. And this goes into my YouTube catalog of music and performances and portfolios. And there's been plenty of people here with their emojis in their wonderful comments, which lets me know that I've entertained an audience. And I got to do it from the comfort of my office. I didn't have to drive to a shitty bar. So there are a lot of things about performing on YouTube which I really like. I like the intimacy and the availability of firing up the camera and just performing, whether I feel like telling you the truth, some jokes, or just singing you some songs, or a little bit of all of it. And I find it quite amusing that after all these years, there's still people who want to get together and have this conversation. What in the hell is this place and what is going on? Seriously, what is this place and what the hell is going on? There's always the guy with the homeless deal. Okay, let's just go there. If you think I'm afraid of your comments, I'm not. Check it out. Cornelius Aurelius. I guess the homeless man begging on the center or begging on the street for a handout is a professional too. No career, no hopes. It's an epidemic. It's everywhere. And it's a growing problem. What are you doing to fix it? What are you doing? So I've heard lots of people who want to try and smear me. And they have one example of me yelling at a guy outside of 7-Eleven who didn't even appear to be homeless. And so anybody who comes here, even mentioning homeless, it's usually directed at me in some sort of negative, derogatory fashion. And so if you're here to talk shit because one time I yelled at a guy outside of 7-Eleven, whom you presume was maybe homeless, that's your presumption. And there are still people who watched a smear video over on Jeranism's channel and they think they have the right to come over here and say things like, why do you hurt all the homeless people? Because they saw me yell at one guy outside of 7-Eleven who they presume is homeless. So now that we've answered that question, there's lots of people going homeless, and a lot of them deserve what they're getting. It's sad, but a lot of them had opportunities in life that they blew over and over and over again. I've seen it happen with friends of mine, and I've seen it happen with family members of mine. I've seen people blow opportunities over and over and over and over again. Golden opportunities. I've had friends and family members turn on me when I never thought that they would do such a thing. I've had it happen recently. Had a friend of mine just turn on me out of nowhere. Reminds you who your friends really are out there. And in 2022, I think I need some new friends. So, here's what's going to happen in 2022, friends. I'm going to be reaching out to people like you in the chat and starting the asshole army. I'm going to be taking call-ins very soon. I'm going to get me a little burner phone. I talked to my friend Pat Truthner, who started his own call-in show. And I'm like, Pat, I'm dumb. Teach me how to run the call-in show. And he's like, you got to get a burner phone and then get this little box from Guitar Center. Like, I'm on it. Okay, so I'm going to do call-ins. I would have you just call my phone number, but then I would get random calls all day, all night, and I already get bothered. So I do want to do a call-in show and get you guys in on the action. And I want to be able to discuss a lot of this stuff with you guys and just talk to you as an audience and make this more of an intimate occasion and a fun experience, more interactive experience for everybody, and have call-in segments. So I'm going to make that happen in 2022. You guys got to remember, I'm a 90s baby, not 90s baby. I'm an 80s baby, but a 90s talent. So I'm kind of stuck in a bit of like old school technology in my head. Like I don't advance each year with the technology. It's like I stay back in the 90s and early 2000s. And so my technology level sometimes is very rudimentary. But with that comes my musical ability to tap into that era, of course, when things were much better. And so it's a battle where because I'm stuck in 90s nostalgia land, I'm still running a rudimentary stream, like I'm on some sort of dial up fucking AOL shit. I don't even know. So I plan in 2022 to start taking phone calls. Oh, and somebody just sent the donation. I don't want to miss it. PJC Net said, "Have a happy new year, Jake." That's in pounds, by the way. Hey, thank you for the pounds. I appreciate those pounds, sir. I like kilograms. I like pounds. I like centimeters. I like all that shit, man. Fucking, you got money with the Queen's ugly ass on it. The Queen's on a lot of money. That ugly ass old grandma. People are like, she's just so powerful. She's just like, we have to worship her. We're going to put her on money. She's just so special. Like, why? Because she's a lizard. Duh. I guess. All right. Up, Foamfoot says 2022 might be the year I move out to California. Well, it's all up to what you really want to do. Comes down to like what you really want to do inside, you know? So if that's what you really want to do, I know I live here and I would be happy to meet you. I've been meaning to meet more like-minded, beautiful women. Um, it kind of got put on hold ever since the boogeyman disease took over. It seems like meeting like-minded, beautiful women isn't quite the same as it used to be. But I know that they're still out there because I see them in the chat, so I know that they still do exist. Or at least I hope that you guys are beautiful women and that you're not catfishing me, the world's biggest catfish. All right. So I've been on here for almost 2 hours. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Played some funk jams, sang some songs. Hopefully it all sounded decent. Got 100 people watching, triple digits. That's pretty damn good. In fact, I'm thinking it's time we light it on up again. I want to see 125 thumbs up if that's possible. 125 thumbs up. Smash the thumbs up if you haven't already. And I just might stick around a little longer. Just might. Maybe whip out another song. All right. So have you ever heard anyone play the bong before? You can play a bong and it'll actually make music. You just gotta like sing all the notes yourself. Faith says, speaking of catfish, anyone else think shapewear is false advertising? I do. I think it's all false advertising. I had to spray some cranberries to make everyone think that I'm smoking cranberries. Okay, so yeah, I think it's funny when I see a product that's meant to like squeeze a big fat lard into something that looks less like a big fat lard. And so it's like, hey, are you a big fat lard? You are? Well, let's put you inside this tube and make you look less like a big fat lard. And you're like, yeah, that's what I need. A tube form-fitting thing to make me look like I'm not a fat lard. And so really what you should do is like do exercise and stop being a fat lard. But, there are women out there who think that if they get inside of a tube or put on a corset, what are those, a corset that like shoves the boobs up, makes it look like they're thin. It's like, yeah, what happens when you undo that thing? It's like kaboing, right? It's false advertising. So, as a man, the only false advertising I do is that I put a little bit of a hair dye in my hair because I don't want to be all gray. That's it. That's like the only thing I do to deceive a woman. I put some, because normally I would be gray. I'd be like 70% gray. And I just don't want to be gray. And so that's the only false advertisement right here. I ain't trying to false advertise nothing. But on the flip side, there are women who have like fake eyebrows and fake eyelashes. So they paint on their eyebrows. It's like painted with clown makeup. And then they got these big fake crazy, like the lashes are just getting crazier and crazier. Now they're just like, wow, hello. And then they take filters. The pictures they take have filters. So they do all sorts of crazy shit with their face, take away all their blemishes, and change the way they look anyway. So you don't even know what the hell you're looking at half the time. So if you're just a regular dude and you take a nice picture like this, people are like, ew, gross, a regular picture. I don't like regular pictures. It's like you have to be an Instagram model and you have to have like a fucking filter. What is it with these dang fangled kids and all this stuff and all these shenanigans? What's the deal with the Tinder? I mean, I'm swiping and I'm swiping. I'm just not getting any poontang. What's the deal? There you go. Foamfoot says, not me, Jake. And then Faith chimes in, only mascara and lip gloss and hair dye for me. Well, that's good. That's good. I like that you guys, you ladies are trying to prove yourself to me. It's good. Shows you guys are loyal wrenches. Got some loyal wrenches in my chat. And what's the deal with the masks? I mean, you're wearing the mask, you pull down the mask, then you're not wearing the mask. Do the spiky balls not know how to get inside your eyeballs? Spiky balls only know how to go up your nose and in your mouth. I mean, what's the deal with the spiky balls? Where's my spiky ball, damn it? I hate when I lose my spiky ball. Where'd it go? Well, I lost my spiky ball prop. Anyway, there that joke goes. All right, somebody brings up the dog in chat. I think the dog needs to make an appearance. Come on, come on, up, come on, up, come on, come on, come on, come on, up, come on, come on, up, come on, up on the chair, come on, come on. He wouldn't jump up on his own. There we go. So look, this is a picture of Rusty when he was younger. This is what Rusty used to look like back in his younger days. All right, get down. Get down. Get down. That reminds me of a classic Mitch Hedberg joke. It says, here's a picture of me when I was younger. Hey man, every picture is of you when you were younger. Nah man, here's a picture of me when I'm older. What? What kind of camera did you take that with, man? What kind of camera was that? All right. I think that's one of Mitch's failed jokes, one of his throwaway jokes. But it was one nonetheless. All right. Is that not the cutest dog? See, I'm pretty blessed to have such a cute dog. And he's well behaved and he's chill. In fact, whenever I take him out and about, people are always like, oh, wow, your dog is just so well behaved and cool. And I'm like, I know. So it's pretty cool to have a dog that's cool. There's some people who don't have cool dogs, but mine's pretty cool. All Pat Truthner's remembering some Mitch jokes. I used to do drugs. I still do drugs, but I used to too. The problem is, if I ever come up with a one-liner, I tend to want to do it in Mitch's voice. So every once in a while, I come up with a one-liner of my own, and then I deliver it in the style of Mitch. And then people just assume that I'm ripping off an old Mitch joke. It's like, no. Sometimes I just get stuck in this character. Ha, it's ridiculous. All right, I got another donation from Luis Santos. I appreciate that, brother. All donations go to the Jake the Asshole Save the Asshole Fund and to the Rusty Eats Hot Dogs Fund. So I appreciate that. It's a worthwhile charity. It supports me and a dog. Foamfoot says Rodney Dangerfield was the king of the one-liners. He definitely was one of the pioneers of the one-liners, and definitely a top-notch comedian.
Hey, I tell you what, I get no respect because if I got respect, then I wouldn't have a joke to tell. Yeah.
That's about the best I got for Rodney Dangerfield on the spot. One of my favorite Rodney Dangerfield movies was towards the end of his career. He teamed up with Jonathan Brandis, and they did a little movie called The Ladybugs. Anybody remember Ladybugs? That is an uncomfortable movie. If you go back and watch now, it's like, holy shit, how is this a movie? So basically, the movie premise is that a boy plays for a girls' soccer team that sucks and teaches them how to be good. And Rodney Dangerfield is the coach who decides to put the boy out there on the field dressed as a girl. And on top of that, not only does he deceit the entire soccer league, he also deceives the boy's mother and pretends that it's all just regular soccer. Doesn't ever clue her in on the fact that her son is being a cross-dresser and dominating girls' sports. And so basically the story goes that Rodney Dangerfield gets put in a position where he's forced to coach girls' soccer.
He's like, hey, I don't really want to coach girls soccer. I don't know nothing about girls soccer, but I guess I'm going to coach girls soccer.
And he's got this boss who's like, there's a lot of money on the line, and girls soccer is my life. And I want you to make these girls a winner. Rodney Dangerfield. And he's like,
hey, I don't know nothing about soccer. Okay, I'll give it my best shot.
And that's how the movie actually starts, is like Rodney Dangerfield is in one of those situations, kind of like Emilio Estevez was forced to be the coach of the Mighty Ducks. In the 90s, people got in these weird situations where they get forced to be children's coaches. It was the damnedest thing. So Rodney Dangerfield, if you're following along, was in a movie called Ladybugs. And he was forced to coach girls soccer. And the team sucked so badly that he decided to have this boy who plays good soccer dress up like a girl and then kick the shit out of all the other soccer players so that they could have a championship soccer team. That was his brilliant plan. And all you had to do at the time with Jonathan Brandis, who is a dreamy fella, he's a real good looking fella. All you had to do was put on a shitty wig and he'd be like, hi, my name is Martha. And suddenly everyone's like, that good enough. It's a flat chested woman or girl playing soccer. And so Rodney Dangerfield was banging this kid's mom, but keeping it a secret that he was having the boy dress up like a girl for his soccer team. He was keeping that a secret. And then she eventually found out. She's like, you're a scumbag. He's like,
I know, I'm a scumbag, but I love you.
And then she's like, well, I guess if you put it like that, I'm going to take you back. And so then they go on to the championship game, like beating all of the teams with a boy. And then in the very last game, the boy says he's not going to go and play as a girl. No, Rodney Dangerfield says,
I don't want you to play as Martha. I want him to go out there and play soccer without you.
And so the girls go out there and play soccer without Martha, without the boy. And in the first half, they get absolutely destroyed. They're losing like 4 goals to nothing or some shit. in soccer. And they're like, what are we going to do? Are we going to have Martha dress up as a girl again and come save us? And he's like, no, you're all beautiful. And you're all sexy, beautiful girls. Go out there and play some soccer like you never soccered before. So he gives them this speech. And then they go out and they play the best soccer game of their life, including one girl who was a nerd and she had on glasses. And she ripped her glasses off and she goes, this one's for you, Coach Chester. And then like she started kicking the ball all good. And then this rap music started playing. It's like, and then suddenly these shitty girls became fucking legends of soccer because he gave such a rousing speech. And then these girls came back and scored like 5 goals in a row to rap music. It's like, it's like rap without rap. It's like they came back and won the soccer game. That happened in the 90s. Rodney Dangerfield coached a girls' soccer team to a championship victory, riding on the back of a trans boy player dominating the female competition, who later went on to be on a show called Sequest. And he was also in the movie It. Remember the movie It? The first one? That kid. Georgie! Georgie! That kid. Remember? All right. Holy shit, now that was a trip down memory lane. I'll bet you there's like 4 or 5 of you who remember that movie and you're like, yeah. And then the rest of you are like, what in the hell is he talking about? That's a problem. Got a girl in chat who mentioned Rodney Dangerfield, and then suddenly I got to do a Ladybugs bit. Well, that reminds me of a new comedy bit I'm working on. Have you guys ever walked into a store and then the person just finished mopping the floor and you can see that the floor is still wet, but you gotta like walk in and get your items? So you're like, and they're like, come on. So it's like they just finished mopping the floor and then you gotta like walk all over their wet mop floor to get your stupid item. And so I always do this little thing, like I try to make it like less bad by doing this. Like when I walk in and the guy's still mopping, he's like, go ahead. I'm like, like I tiptoe, 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 a tiptoe, a tiptoe. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. You guys ever do that? Walk into the gas station, the guy just finished mopping, and you're like, oh, I'm going to walk all over your floor now, Mr. 7-Eleven man. I'm sorry. And then he's got to go back and like remop the floor, and then another guy just comes in and walks on it. I remember when I used to do a job like that. I've actually done a shitload of jobs that suck balls, which makes me extra happy that I don't do those jobs anymore. I used to do store clerk work. It sucks. I used to work for other people. It sucks. Once I went into business for myself, things started to turn around. Now, there were some hard times. There's some learning curves. But once you start working for yourself and you create your own businesses and your own streams of income, then you're the one who controls the motivation factor working for you, the boss. You get to decide when to work, when not to work, how long you're going to work, when to take a lunch, when to take a dinner, when to take a break. Um, there are times where I'm like, screw all this. I'm just going to shut my phone off and take a break. And if I had a slave job, I wouldn't be able to just do that per se. And so, in a way, having your own business, you can walk away at any point or put all your eggs in one basket and go 24 hours a day. Just never sleep, just be a workaholic. And so, in 2022, I've got to figure out not only the best way to keep both my channels running awesome and smooth, but new ways to engage you, the audience, and engage myself. Then we can all get engaged. We're going to have lots of engagements, all of us. It's going to be the most engaging engagement ever. 2022, the year the asshole builds the crew. So I'm thinking I'm going to start an asshole army, and I'm going to have a call-in show. And then the coolest regular callers are going to get priority. And so if you're a regular caller and you have cool things to say and you have a channel, then chances are you'll get cross promoted. And so I want to basically have a team around me of quality people, a quality team called the Asshole Army. This won't be a cult. Oh, no. No. This is going to be an army of intelligent, highly sophisticated individuals who actually have something to say and something to bring to the table. Or at least so I like to think. Spider-Man says, I really feel bad for you, though. You feel bad for me? Well, you don't got to feel bad for me. There's lots of people who have it way worse than me. If I was to walk outside this office and show you some of the people sleeping out on the streets, it gets bad real fast. So I'm not anywhere near in that category. Some people might think so, but that is not the case. Foamfoot 420 says, can I be the captain of the asshole army, Jake? Well, if you're the captain, then what does that make me? Does that make me the first mate? So you're the one controlling the ship, Captain Foamfoot, and I'm going to be your first mate? All right. But you got to come prove that you're worthy of captain status. You got to show up and let me make sure that you're a legit person. For all I know, you could be some shill doing some ultra deep dive fake out. No, I don't think so. I think you're probably legit. Time will tell. Time will tell. Spider-Man, don't hate. Don't hate because I like to chat with the girls in my chat. There's not that many of them alive anymore who are into controversial, intelligent topics. There's just not. And so don't hate that I talk to the girls in the chat. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. All right, Saul, you're getting promoted, sir. You've been doing some pretty good service with some jokes. You're getting promoted. Christian Sturzing says, how about Foamfoot would marry you? How about Foamfoot would marry you? Whoa, slow down. I haven't even met her yet. Slow down. I'm not signing any contracts with the state just yet with someone I haven't even met. First, we have to meet, then we have to sacrifice a goat, and then, no, I'm kidding. We don't have to sacrifice a goat. Uh, I actually have had some fun experiences meeting some flat earther women and interesting individuals who I met through my YouTube channel, and so um, some fun stories and some ones that I should have probably thought twice before I went and met these individuals. So Phonefoot says, I still have your phone number, Jake. Yeah, I gave you my phone number and my email, and you never used it once. Never used it once. Still waiting. See, she talks a big game. Like she's telling me she has my number. I know you have my number. You know you have my number. Oh, fun times. All right. Maybe play a little bass for a minute. All right. You guys still having fun? Oh, I guess Foamfoot really enjoyed that one. She says 2022 is the year we meet. Aw, well, I look forward to that. I actually need more friends in my life right now. I had some people who I thought were my friends stab me in the back recently. So I'm recruiting new friends in all forms, all shapes and sizes. Hot chicks welcome, of course. Homefoot says this might be the stream of the year. Well, good thing I fit it in just before the year ends. Or do you mean stream of 2022? So I fit this one in just before the year ends. So technically, it's stream of the year 2021, which leaves 2022 open for me to improve and do even more streamier things. We got a donation from Saul Rosenberg coming in. It says, this is not at all quid pro quo for the wrench. No, it's all good, bro. You've donated some really good comments to the channel and showed that you bring something to the table, and you've donated in the past. So that's how you get wrenched up around here. If you make cool, funny comments, and then you participate not only in the comment section, but over here in this live chat, you don't make a nuisance of yourself. You don't like show up one day and totally just like backstab me and attack me. And, you know, if you're a loyal watcher of the channel and you participate, I will take notice, and I just might toss you a wrench. In fact, there's another guy over here, Luis Santos, who's been watching for a while, who had a donation earlier, so got to give him a wrench. Uh-oh, we got a mention of Eric Dubious in the chat. Why are you bringing up Eric Dubious in the chat, bro? Mr. AP530. We don't need to hear about plant-based NWO diets and dress-wearing sissy lalas who promote an impossible AE debunked PSYOP flat earth map. No, sir. No, sir, not around here. All right. This is going to happen. Take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I left it old time rock and roll. Try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. 10 minutes, I'll be late for the door. Stop playing old-time rock and roll. Still like that old-time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. Now reminisce about the days of old. With that old-time rock and roll. It's guitar solo time. And I'm the best air guitar player this side of the Mississippi. Won't go in here and play the tango. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. Only one sure way to get me to go. Stop playing old-time rock and roll. Call me around and call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Say it now. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just now reminisce about the days of old. With some old time rock and roll. Come on. Still like the old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. Now reminisce about the days of old. With some old time rock and roll. Clap it up. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. Now reminisce about the days of old. With that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just now reminisce about the days of old. With some old time rock and roll. One more time. Still up that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes my soul. Reminisce about the days of old. With some old time rock and roll. I said rock and roll. Hey, all right. Oh, sheesh. Little Bob Seger. Little Bob Seger. The Bullet Band. It's like I missed the donation. It says Goodyear exposing the shills and the rigged football games. Keep on preaching the truth about the false maps, etc. Oh, I'll touch on that too. I'm going to do music and a little sprinkling of shill busting. But I can't focus 100% on shill busting because I got a lot of music endeavors that I got to do. But if at any point they think that they're going to get snippy, talk shit about me, and that I'm just going to sit back and do nothing, well, at any point I have the right to smash the cockroach shills. But I'm a musical man with a lot of love in my heart, and I can't spend all my time and efforts going after bad guys. Because there's a lot of good, wonderful people like you guys who deserve a good time and a good show while the world turns into a cesspool of tard muffins. Whew. All right. Louis Santos with a donation. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. So that one, of course, Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger. And that one works at different locations. So I can sing that one at a nursing home for people who are 70, 80, 90 years old. And I've sang that at bars and clubs for people who are 30, 40, 50 years old. And so basically, old time rock and roll, when performed correctly, can soothe the soul and entertain people from age 30 till like 100. So I've performed that song right there, karaoke style, and got people in karaoke bars to get up and start dancing when they weren't dancing before. And I've taken that song to nursing homes and got 70 and 80-year-old old ladies to sing and dance those songs. So, oh, and I've gotten young 20 somethings to dance with me at bars in Modesto. And so, with that song, you can actually cross so many age groups. It's quite a song. So some people might think it's cheesy, lame, what have you. Old time rock and roll can cross so many boundaries of where you can perform, and the end result is a kicking song that still stands the test of time. Now you have to have the passion to do a song like this, and the sweat is very real. When the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play, it's a very hard song to perform. One sec. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Had to ditch the undershirt. Woo. Uh, Plain Walker with a donation says, I don't want a spammer today, but remember me, Jake, been here longer than most. And what do you think of the map on my pick? Oh, that one, the map on yours? Well, it's an AE style map with a bunch of extra continents and stuff around it. It looks like some made up cartoon fantasy world. Yeah, circle maps just generally just fail. And so what you have is a circle map with some extra continents. I've seen that one before. I've seen that one. I think that one came out in like 2017, 16 or 17. I remember that map. It's cool to fantasize these extra continents, but if all you have is fantasy, well, then that's all you got. So it's a cool fantasy piece, but I've yet to see anyone like really prove any sort of circular map to my satisfaction. And I mean that in the most respectful manner. So if that's like your most favoriteest map, and I just ruined your life by saying that, I apologize. Simon Stegny with a donation and a pie emoji. I like pie. I like cherry pie. Cool drink of water and a sweet surprise. Tastes so sweet, make a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie. Unspecified podcast review with a donation says, thank you so much for the tunes. We very much appreciate this and all that you're doing. Hey, no problem. You know, I been meaning to bust out the bass more often. And so I put some new strings on it and warmed them up last night and then set all the shit up. And I noticed if I take the time, the extra hour to set everything up properly and then set up my live stream and have everything tuned up and ready to go, and then I go live, well, then magically my bass is all set up and the songs I have all loaded up and the microphone's all set up. So magically, things are going more according to plan. And so what I want to do is open up this channel to even bigger technology capabilities, such as call-ins, So hopefully sooner than later in 2022, I can start taking calls. so I can get some of these beautiful women maybe in chat to jump on the phone with me here live. Oh, Faith now texting me. I'm getting a text from Faith for some requests. Steppenwolf, Magic Carpet Ride, Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. I mean, my cover band used to do Born to Be Wild, so that was like, you know, the classic cheesy Steppenwolf jam. So my cover band, we would open up pretty much almost every show. We would open up with Born to Be Wild as like our first song. And so I used to sing that one like all the time with my old cover band, Raising Cain. I'm thinking I performed a bunch of covers. Maybe I should save a few for the next show because we're about 2.5 hours in. I should probably shut down soon and eat some food and take a shower because I'm all sweaty. I'm all funky and sweaty now. And I should probably take the dog out and then maybe tomorrow fire up another stream. So hopefully we'll do these streams more often. But I've been on here for like 2.5 hours. So I should probably shut down pretty quick here. So I'll take maybe a few more questions and then I'll shut it down. Okay. But you guys have been awesome. There's a lot of thumbs up and been a lot of cool comments. And glad you guys were here hanging out with me. And more fun times ahead in the future, of course. Spider-Man says this was an epic stream. Well, thank you. That's what I'm going for. Trying to make all my streams just as epic as they can be. Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, gonna make it happen. I'll take the world into love embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. We will climb so high, I'll never wanna die. Born to be wild, born to be wild, born to be wild, born to be wild. There you go, little acapella. Little acapella. Foamfoot said I had so much fun tonight. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. And more fun times to come. That's what it's all about. Having good times and creating positive vibes and laughter and music and all that good stuff and building a fortress of awesomeness in which to encapsulize the asshole army. All right, so we're gonna close it out with a final little few words or notes or song lyrics, whatever this is. All right. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you did too. Let's get together maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day we'll do it again. If you wanna get together with me, all you gotta do is visit the Jake Gibson channel and click the video and start watching. Or you can go to the Jake the Asshole channel and you can watch me over there. Make sure you subscribe to both my channels. YouTube unsubscribes my subs from both my channels. Make sure you say subscribe to both my channels. YouTube always messing with my subscriber count. You gotta make sure that you got the little bell turned on and that you're constantly subscribed and that you're checking in every day, so that you don't miss a single live stream or video. And until next time, make sure to smoke that funky green and live your life. Got to live your life one day at a time. Make your place in history. Make your words feel right. I'll see you next time. Until next time, my friends. I am Jake Gibson, aka Jake the Asshole. This is the show that never ends. Until now.